you can do is walk up and grab on the table a fake little coin here, or an invisible little coin, put it in your hand, and then you throw it up in the air and you catch it like that. So you got a nice little coin that you're gonna hide right behind your thumb like that. See that? So, you know, if you guys ever get into, oh, here we go. Aiden Ellis is coming in. There we go. Cool. So, you know, I've told you guys that I've done some magic at restaurants for 10 years and stuff, and that might be a decent way to walk up to a table of people if you're the magician and ask them if they drop this coin, and they'll look at you funny, and you can just kind of put it in your hand and throw it up in the air and catch it, and that might get their attention. So you're putting it there behind your thumb, and the move that you're doing is you're just dropping your hand down. So once you're here, your thumb moves open like this, and you're moving down. So if you guys have a quarter, you can practice this right now. You guys all got a quarter with you? I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you guys. Try not to talk, but if you guys have a question, I think it's easier if you just raise your hand, and I'll try to keep my eye on the video.
That did not work.
What's that, Cambria?
I have a quarter.
I said that did not work. I'm not great at this.
So I use a quarter. Use a quarter. You could use a silver dollar. That's the one in that YouTube.
I have my mic muted currently.
That one's kind of cool because it's like it's super big, so it goes from nothing to a really big coin.
Circular battery.
The move you got to practice is that right there.
I have this little battery that. Okay, so like.
Let's see.
That.
All right, so you're moving your hand down and opening your thumb so the coin will travel this way right into your hand. If you have a ring on, it'll really help with that sound for the spectator. All right, it's called Invisible Catch. I got a link there for you guys if you want to check it out. Let me see if there's anybody else needs to get in. So we got 10. All right, cool. Let's see. Next one I was going to show you. All right, everybody have cards with them? You guys all got playing cards? All right, if you got to run and get some playing cards, go get them real quick. All right. What you're going to do is get out the 2 aces. You could do the red ones or the black ones. You could do really any 2 cards you want, as long as they match. It kind of makes sense. And the spectator can shuffle the cards as much as they like. And then they grab one out. They could write their name on it if they want. You don't have to have them write their name. And then you have them throw the card on top of the deck. Mix it up in there. I'll just perform it for you first. And then you tell them you're going to use the 2 aces for this, and you offer them. And you could actually even start here and have them shuffle the deck. And then you say, I'm going to reach in there and grab one of them. And if I put it through the deck like this, should get it to shoot out. And they're going to say, you know, that's not it. And then you can say, well, actually, because it's invisible, So I can grab it like this and put it through the middle. And it should, get it right, shoot out like that. And so it's like a little pop-out deal. It's kind of neat. It's like I made a variation of a move that, you know, was done. There was a guy I saw do it. You may not have heard of him, but his name's Shin Lim. You probably have, but anyway, it's called a pop-out move, and I just did my own variation of it, you know. So you're taking the two aces, they pick a card, and you're gonna false shuffle it into the deck. So let's say they pick the 10 of hearts, and you could do the overhand shuffle where you take the top card, goes in the bottom, and then you just start pulling more over. I know I've taught you guys that before. You guys all good with that one? Put your thumb up if you got that one down. All right, cool. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Okay, so then that comes back to the top of the deck, 10 of hearts. You know it's there, they don't. And then you're just casually going to say, you know, we're going to use these two aces. Do you know how to shuffle a deck of cards? And then they'll kind of start to think or whatever. And while they're answering, or just before you ask the question, you can get a pinky break on that top card. And you're going to put the two aces on top of it and just grab those three cards. And you could even just put them on the table. Just be real careful. You could just put them on the table. Just be careful when you put it down. I like to peel off the top ace and put it here. And I'll hold it like this and offer the deck for them to shuffle. You know, a lot of times in Magic, I'll do the move that I'm trying to conceal without concealing it and seeing how I would do it. So what I mean by that is, since the two aces are here and I wanted a spectator to shuffle it, I wouldn't retain their card, and I would say, I'm going to practice what it would look like if I didn't have the card there. You know, how would I naturally do that? And so I'd put the aces like that, and I'd you know, maybe grab it like this, but eventually I'd probably hold it like this and then offer them to shuffle the deck. So it's good to practice the handling without having the card in there to see how you would do it and make it seem more natural. So you got that 10 of hearts, and you got the pinky break under those, and you grab all three cards, and then you offer the spectator to shuffle. They're shuffling it up. They could cut it, whatever they want, and you're gonna peel off that top card with your thumb. Can you guys all see that? You guys got that down? Put your thumb up if you're following me so far. You guys good? Cool. And then obviously their card is in the middle, face down. And you're going to put your thumb in between the two aces and just kind of bend the top part as you grab the edges so that it's bent. And then the bottom card, you'll kind of use your thumb to bend it down also. So it's kind of like this. And their card is underneath the top card, bent. This is going to take a little bit of practice. Now, the other thing I love about Magic is screwing up on purpose. Because at some level, I think sometimes they want you to screw up because it's expected that, you know, you are like not above them or better than them, but, you know, you're trying to fool them or something. So then when you screw up, it kind of puts you on their level to where they're like, they almost feel bad for you or something. That's my personal thing. I like to screw up on purpose. So what I do is I'll say, all right, we're going to take the aces and I'm going to grab one. I think I know your card. I think it's right here. If I just send it through these cards and then I just kind of give it a little pop like that, they turn it over and they're like, that's not my card. And then, you know, I might just say, that's actually because it's invisible. And then I grab it, put it in there, and I'm holding with my middle finger and my thumb on the edges. and you're just giving it you're squeezing as it just pops out. It's not a really hard move to learn. You just got to practice it, and it should shoot out like that. So let me see if you guys can do that. See if you could get the camera on the cards. Try to practice that for a couple minutes. Let me see if you guys, let's see if you guys can do it. Do the pop out move. Yeah, there you go. It is surprisingly more easy than what you would imagine. Just make sure you're holding it on the edges and then you're slowly squeezing. But after a few tries, you should be able to get that down. If you guys have questions on any of this stuff, you can type it into the little chat bar and I'll answer those. A little bit later, I did want to, if we have time, I do want to have a little question answer thing. If you guys have questions about magic in general or questions for me or whatever it might be. But that's a good one. It doesn't take a whole lot of sleight of hand and it just has one move you need to practice. All right, what finger do you launch the card with? Good question. So when you launch the card, so you have their card on the top like this. All you need is the 3 cards. These are lined up and you're holding it in the back with your middle finger and thumb. And you need to make sure that you're applying, like when I do it, I'm kind of just pushing more with my thumb. Ideally, if it shoots out and spins, that's the best way to do it. So you're almost squeezing with your thumb to your middle finger, and it should naturally just kind of pop out. See, I've done this so much, the cards are almost bent. So after you do this, you may have to almost bend the card back so it's a little more straight and you keep the integrity of the card. But as long as you got it, you're squeezing with your middle finger and your thumb and you're right on the edge, eventually it'll pop out like that. And you may need to just practice it 3 or 4 times, but you'll see it pop out and you'll be like, oh yeah, I did it. That's cool. It will work. And then the more, after you practice maybe 10 times or so, you'll see a significant improvement on it. So does that answer your question? Sound good? All right, cool, Evan. What other questions do you guys have on that one? Have you guys performed any of the magic that I taught you guys last week or the week before? Anybody? Yeah? Jude, what'd you do?
I did the one with the can.
The one with the Coke can?
Yeah.
Did you get it? Did you just print off the little black label and put it on the?
Actually, I cut out a piece of paper and markered it.
Yeah, black marker, perfect. And did they catch it?
No.
Yeah, awesome. I bet they love that. So if you guys want to, if you want to know how that one is, you know, it's a Coke can that it looks like it's an empty Coke can, and it's got it looks like it's opened, and you restore it and then open the Coke can and pour out Coke. It's pretty cool. You can look on it's on my YouTube there. I have it's like 2 weeks ago I taught it, so you could go back and look at those. Be a pretty good one. Anybody else want to share one they may have performed? All right, doesn't look like it. That's okay. Let's see. Okay, this next one's gonna be good. I'm not sure if you guys saw the Google Classroom, but I was asking you guys to bring paper and a pen. So if you guys can grab like 3 or 4 pieces of paper and a pen real quick, that's what we'll need for this next one. So I'm going to try to, this is going to be kind of difficult to teach, but you'll get the idea of it. You're going to make squares like this, about the size of your finger, you know? Make 8 of them. They don't have to be perfect either. Now, I'm going to write a prediction on this piece of paper right here. I'm going to try to perform this for you first. It might be kind of difficult to perform online, but I'm going to try it. So I just wrote that on a piece of paper right here, and I'm going to leave that right there where you can see it. So I need to have you guys type in the little chat bar some names of some common household animals. Cat. Cat, ferret, ferret, dog, teacup pig, and what else you got? Fish, Fluffy and fleas. Fluffy? You're killing me, Cody. We'll write down Fluffy just for Cody. Fish and fleas. And we need one more. Gecko. All right, cool. So I got my prediction. We have all these different things. And I would ask the spectator to help me put these in a ball like this. If you guys want to just watch for now, I'll perform it. I'll try to. It's kind of hard virtually, but just go for it. Go in a little ball. So the spectator would grab those and kind of mix them up like this and throw them on the table. And then, you know, I would have them grab a bunch of them. Whoop. Throw them on the table. And the idea is they would grab one of these. So I don't have a spectator here, but let's say that I'm just going to do the best case scenario here. Okay. The best case scenario is they grab this one and you tell them, open it up, because they would just touch it. And it says cat. My prediction, cat. Okay, that's the best case scenario. If they don't, now when you put these on the table, you kind of want to influence them a little bit to pick the cat. So when you kind of set them down, spectators will usually grab the easiest one. They're not going to, you know, the one that's most accessible to them, they'd probably grab. So if my spectator was over here, I'd almost leave it where the other ones are kind of touching like this. And this one's kind of on an aisle, a little bit separated, not to where you can kind of tell that it is, but just it's not touching the other one. So they're most likely to grab this one. and that's the cat. Now, if they don't pick cat, it's still okay, but you need to keep your eye on where the cat one is. So say they pick this one, you put it over here. And at this point, you know the cat is right here. And the second best scenario is they leave cat last. So then you ask them to pick another one. You know, you're the one dictating how the effect is going. They're not, so they don't know the result of the trick. So let's say they, you know, then you say pick another one. So they point at that one, put it over there. They go over here. They go over here. Now I'm going to keep my eye on that one. That goes over here. That goes over here. That goes over here. And they're left with one of them. Right then, I would say, you know, you're left with one, and I pick up the cat as I pick all of them up, and the cat goes into finger palm. Okay, so it's hidden. I don't make it obvious. I just pick them all up as I grab cat and put it in finger palm. And I tell them, now I asked you to shake these up. There's no way I really influenced you in choosing these, right? And then I have this in finger palm. And at this point, they're not going to count these. They're not paying attention. Their attention is over here. And you say, you know, you have yours here, and this is called a shuttle pass. Okay. Now you can get this in finger palm in either your left hand or your right hand, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. I would probably grab it with my left hand. I'd probably put this in my left hand, and I'd say, here's yours. You know, you chose this one, and we don't need these ones either. You chose this. And that's where I do the shuttle pass. And that's where I get them. It says cat. And they like that one. So again, I would almost put the cat in your left hand in finger palm. They're here. You say, you stopped on this one. Like I said, if cat's the last one, that's the second best scenario. So there's 2 out of 8 where you'd get best case scenario, which is what percent of the time would it be a best case scenario if it's 2 out of 8? Anybody know? You could either raise your hand or type it in there. Oh, there's 5 new. I am not paying attention. 1/4, yeah. So 25%, right? 25% of the time you're going to get a best case scenario. So you say, you stopped on this one. I didn't influence you on choosing this. And then this is where you cover with your thumb and throw it like this. And then you retain this one. And that's your rationale for moving these out of the way. You could have had any of these and you move them out of the way. And you offer it to them. And then they open it up. And they're going to love it because it actually matches your prediction. Okay, the very first time when I asked for common household pets, the first one in there was cat. You don't have to use household pets. You could do colors, or you could do like, some of it gets a little risky, but you could do like sports teams. You know, someone would probably say the Broncos. You know, so as long as you get one of those 8 is one of them, then you can do the effect. So you could do playing cards. Yeah. And write down one card on a paper. Yeah, you could. So if they name off playing cards and that's the one that you predicted, you know, a lot of common ones is the Queen of Hearts, the Ace of Spades. But that's a good idea, Evan. You could do playing cards, right? But the main move you got to practice is keeping that in your finger palm. And you're just doing that right there and grabbing and moving them out of the way. Cool. So any questions on that one? Put them in there. You could even force a card if you wanted. Yeah, you could force a card and then have the ones written down on here. This could be the forced card, and then have other random ones, and you're just keeping track of the one that you wrote down that you forced on them. But yeah, you could really adapt this to however you want to perform it. It's up to you guys. You know, it's a neat little deal. Very powerful one. And the cool thing is, all you need is a piece of paper and a pen and some spectators. You don't need a deck of cards. You don't need to prepare anything really. I did all this on the spot. I just grabbed a piece of paper and we followed it together. You'd be surprised how spectators want to just, you know, they will. If you practice this a lot, you can set these up to where it's not obvious, but the cat one is kind of sticking out to them. If they're going to grab, they're not going to want to reach over to grab one of these. They're going to go for the easiest one. So, you know, it's something to think about. Don't make it super obvious, but you'd be surprised how many times you get the first one they get, and that best case scenario would get great reactions. So that's a good one for you guys. Let's see. Okay. If you guys got your cards, we're gonna do a little card effect here. Make sure you type in any questions you guys have. Oh, Evan wants to show one. You know what, Evan? Yeah, if you want to show one. Oh, yeah, Evan, if you want to teach one, go ahead. Go for it. He just sent me a message. Go for it.
This is a really, really good effect. So you take, like, say, the jack, and you put that on the deck, and you hand them the card and say, okay. Put it in your hand and put your other hand on top of it. So the person does that. And then you flip over this card, which is the 5 of spades. And when you flip it over, you can either say it teleports or it switches, because now you have the jack and they have the 5 down there.
That's a good one.
Which you can even do that. It takes a duplicate, but a lot of decks come with duplicate jokers. So all you do is you get a pinky count, and then you hand them the 5, and then do another pinky count into a double lift, where you show them the other 5, flip it over, and then everything's done, and then
right. So they
use it however way you want.
Yeah, they think that you're giving them a certain card, but you're giving them the duplicate. Yeah, that's a really good one. I like that. That's definitely a good one for you guys.
And if you don't have a duplicate, you can just use the jokers if you want, if the jokers are duplicates. So
yeah, definitely. Let's see. So I got this other one. You know, the other thing to think about too is sometimes you'll just be hanging out and someone might know that you perform magic, or you know some magic tricks or whatever. And a good thing is to be able to do something powerful for spectators without any kind of setup where they hand you a deck of cards and they say, you know, show us something. So this one's kind of neat. And let's say that they just hand me a deck of cards. You could say, all right, well, yeah, go ahead and shuffle it. And they shuffle the deck. And it's a genuine shuffle. They're shuffling it. And this one's kind of difficult to teach too, because it's it's hard to teach virtually, but then you're gonna take the deck from them, and then you know, you just say all these are different. There isn't any way I could have influenced the way you shuffle this. And so you gather the cards, or they gather the cards and they deal down one at a time, as many as they want. And then they look at one of them. Let's say they look at that one. So memorize that one. And then they put this down and this goes on top. So that goes there. And then you ask a second spectator to do the same thing. So the second spectator goes down and they look at one, they put it on the deck, and then they put the rest of the deck on top. Now you can go through and you can find their cards. And I know where they are because I looked at the top and bottom card at the very beginning. So one of them is the two of clubs, and right under the two of club is the ace of clubs. Okay, now you can take this really wherever you want, but I would put this on top of the deck, and I'd find the other one, which is what was the other card? I can't even remember. Was it a 2? Do you guys remember the other card? One was an ace of clubs. What was the other one? Oh, queen of diamonds. Queen of diamonds. All right. Now this is self-working. It takes no sleight of hand, and it's really powerful. It just uses the key cards. So queen of diamonds, or was it queen of hearts? Queen of diamonds and ace of clubs. All right, where did I put the queen of diamonds? Oh, here we go. So it was the 9 of spades, right? Because it's right next to the queen of diamonds. It's the card right underneath it. All right. Those two can go on top. And, you could put the cards behind your back, and then behind your back, you can just like flip them in different parts of the deck behind your back, face up, and then fan them out. And their 2 cards are the only ones face up. But the deal is, once they're done shuffling the deck, this effect is awesome. I love this. And it looks like one of you guys already know this. Peter knows this one. But anyway, once you get the deck back from them, it's nice and shuffled. You just say, they're all different. There's no way I could have influenced you. And that's when you look at this card and this card, the 2 key cards. 9 of clubs, ace of clubs. You got to remember those. And then you offer them the deck. You don't need to know them in any kind of order either. You just know 9 of clubs, ace of clubs. And then they take the deck and go down one at a time. And then they stop at one and they look at it themselves. King of spades, that goes there. Look what card I'm putting right on top of the king of spades. The one that I know, right? So it's going to be right next to it. Okay, then you go to the second spectator and they deal down a bunch like this, and they stop at one, and they look at it, they put it down, and here's the other one that going right on top of the second spectator's card. Then you can take the deck from them, and you got your ace of clubs here, and right below the ace of clubs is the one they picked. So I would take the queen of clubs, move that one to the top, and was the other one 2 of clubs, I think, right? So the other one was a 3, I'm pretty sure, right? Did I get that right, you guys? Help me out. I think it's a 3, right? Anyway, it's all self-working. It'll work. So these are their 2 selections. They go on top. I've done this before where you can palm off the top 2 cards and ask them to shuffle. And you're retaining the top 2, and you can put them in your pocket. And then after they're done shuffling the deck, while they're shuffling, you put the cards in your pocket, and the cards are gone. They're not even in the deck. So they don't understand. It's a really good, powerful one. Cards have vanished, and then you take them out of your pocket. All right. So key cards, they're very underutilized, but very powerful. As long as you remember those 2 cards, which I can't even remember them, but they'll be right under those 2, and you'll be good to go. So any questions on that? Put them in there if you guys have questions. Let's see. I was going to ask you guys to type in some answers to this question. What do you guys think is the biggest misperception, or what are the biggest perceptions people have of magicians? What do you guys think? What do you think people think about? Type your answers in the comments or in the chat there. There's nothing up your sleeves. Yep. We do it for money. Okay. Ready? I'ma disappear. That they're only for kids' birthday parties. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm going Harry Potter style. Look at my cam. Oliver. Oh, he's invisible. Nice. But yeah, there's a whole lot of different perceptions out there. And so you guys need to be aware of that when you're going and doing this kind of stuff for spectators. That's why a lot of times I won't take out a deck of cards right away. I'll use a coin because it's more generic. People understand that. If I walk up and immediately do a card trick, their minds are thinking about their Uncle Bill who does, you know, something that just may not be the best, or they just have all these perceptions in their mind, and it's kind of a tough way to start things out. They pull rabbits out of hats, but they actually never do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you got it. You guys got it. Let me see here. What else? Your favorite trick. What do you guys think? What is your favorite effect? Is there one that you guys have seen that's like mind-blowing? Either on TV, maybe it's David Blaine, or probably one that I did, right? Just kidding. ACR routines, yeah, those are good. Always love Chris Ramsey card controls. Shim limb stuff, yes. Xavier's pass. You guys know Xavier Spade too? Nice. Yes, Xavier Spade. Good stuff. He's on YouTube, Xavier Spade. Also, you guys, I put up stuff like this on my YouTube channel. So you should subscribe to it if you can. Put your thumb up if you guys are already in my, so I put a magic course up for people to pay to learn magic, but I'm gonna get you guys enrolled in it for free. Put your thumb up if you're already enrolled in that course, that free course, the Udemy course. Yeah, so we got Ellis. Okay, you're not? Well, I'm gonna put a link here for it's a thing so that it's like almost a coupon, but it's free where you get into my course without having to pay. I'm gonna put that in the chat. And what would help me out is if you guys, you know, jump on my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube. Let me see. So I'm gonna put that in the little chat window right now so you guys could get in. I only allowed 10 people the first 10 people to get in for free. So after that, you won't be able to. So I'm gonna put that link in the chat. In here. All right, there's the link. And if you guys can help me out by subscribing to my YouTube channel, do a trade. If you guys subscribe to my YouTube, I will give you guys that. You guys can get in there for free. It may also ask you for a coupon code. Let me put that in. There's a coupon code. You guys are the best. The link, oh, I actually sent it just to Evan by accident. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. Okay, there's the link. And so that link is more for, you know, a lot of you guys already know some good magic. And if you're interested in learning more about magic, that course will help you. Also, the older you get, you know, when I got into college, I was having a hard time making money or doing a job I liked. And I ended up working at a restaurant, you know, going table to table, doing sleight of hand and making money. And I was getting 25 an hour. It was good. It was good enough. And also making a good amount of tips, and it was fun. So that course will help you learn, you know, the steps to help, you know, not make the mistakes I made, and learn that stuff, and how to, you know, go approach a restaurant and get in. I wanted to see some of the other favorite. All right. Yeah, the shoelace. Okay, cool. So if you guys can join that, the Udemy course, that would be cool. You can learn a ton there. What other questions do you guys have? We only have about 2 minutes. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of other ones, you know, next Friday to go through with you guys too. You guys want to see my dog real quick? This is Biscuit. Say hi to Biscuit. Oh yeah, that's a cute dog right there, Cambria. What kind of dog is that? That is so cute. I like that. Nice. All right, you guys. Well, keep practicing. Work on that pop out move. You know, just get the moves down before you go and perform for your friends and family. You know, the last thing you want to do is get caught. And anybody else got anything? Any other questions? Anyone want to show their dog or anything? You guys did a great job today. So if you guys come back next Friday, that'd be awesome. We'll learn some more magic. I'll keep putting up some YouTube videos too. I think I have another video coming out Monday that you could see. So awesome job. Enjoy your next class. Stay safe. You're welcome, Cody. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work, and keep the social distancing happening. I'm praying for you guys. I hope everybody stays safe and you guys' families are all good, and miss you guys. Hope you guys all have a good rest of the day. So on to the next one. We'll see you guys later.